University vice chancellors are expected to meet with government today to finally find a lasting solution to the strike over the book and research allowance. UTAG declared a nationwide strike about a month ago over the non-payment of their book and research allowance. A similar demand from POTAG has been dealt with, I'm sure you know. The Education Ministry said the leadership of UTAG has also been invited to meet to address all outstanding issues and convince them to call off their strike. So we're asking, what should we expect as the outcome of this meeting? What should be government's posturing, and what can change with the involvement of the vice chancellors of the various universities? I'm joined over the telephone by Professor D.K. Ajima. He's a former lecturer with the University of Cape Coast. Thank you very much for joining us here, Prof.
You're welcome.
Prof, really, this back and forth between UTAG and government. Now we have the vice chancellors wanting to, meet government over the same matter. What should be government's posture?
Hello.
Hello, Prof.
Yeah. Do you hear me?
I can hear you, Prof. We want to find a solution to end UTAG strike. What should government? What should the vice chancellors do?
To money, isn't it? Everything boils down to the money which they are expecting from government. And I feel they could have a compromising solution whereby government will have a breather and the lecturers will also be satisfied, at least partially. And the solution could be that in the past, there was what they call Research and Conferences Fund, which the money came from government, but the management of it was done by the universities themselves. You wrote your proposal, submit the proposal to the board decides whether it's worth pursuing, and then they give you the money according to your own budget, the project proposal. But I don't know why it was this. And I think this could be the case that at the end of the year, before the next budget, universities could ask their colleagues, their staff, that's teaching staff, to prepare their budget and the project against the following year. And then they would assess, and if they accept it, they add it to their general budget, submit the budget to the government, and once the government gives them the money, it will not be something like we just go back and dish monies out like it is happening now. If the government gives them the money, they will be responsible for the administration of that money. And at the end of the year, they will first of all the universities will ask the lecturers to account for the money. That is to say whether they have done the project or not. And then they in turn will account.
Prof, beyond government and UTAG reaching a compromise, you feel that the payment of the book and research allowance should be, the mode used should be looked at again?
Yes, I think, see, this whole business of wholesale, giving everybody a certain sum of money across board, that is no good. Because then what it means is that at the beginning of the year, the lecturers expect that money. And whether they use it for what the money is meant, nobody can tell. And so good. It's not so good. That's why I'm recommending that the government could allow the universities to manage the money or the fund by, first of all, asking the lecturers to prepare their proposal against the following year.
I see.
They submit the proposal. The university prepares the budget covering all the proposals that have been assessed and accepted.
Okay. Right, Prof, we'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Professor D.K. Ajima is a former lecturer with the University of Cape Coast. And well, that's how we ended here on News Desk. We'll bring you a continuing coverage of the ECOWAS session here in Accra on Ebola. But at midday on News Today, now that the president has appointed or nominated a former finance minister, Dr. Kwesi Botwe, as chairman of the National Development Planning Commission to take over from late PV Obeng, we would want to get into the conversation around that. You recall that a lot of concerns were raised as to what happens next after the demise of PV Obeng, who championed the cause. You understand?